Hello, beautiful Earth Tribe. Welcome back to my channel, Sky Above, Earth Below. This is Renee, and you're watching a timeless collective reading for the full moon in Scorpio for May 2022. So you must know that this full moon will be something special if you have clear skies to see it. Not only will it be full, but it will also be a supermoon, which means it's going to be especially large and bright in the sky because it's closest to the Earth in its orbit. Also, this supermoon happens to coincide with a lunar eclipse. So on May 15th, beginning at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Earth will start to come between the sun and the moon and cast a shadow on the moon, and that's going to turn the moon red. And so, for this reason, it is often called a blood moon. The eclipse will actually peak when the Earth's shadow covers the moon completely, and that will happen at 9:11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then the eclipse will end at 10:55. So if you have the opportunity to see it, it's going to be spectacular. But besides the impressiveness of this cosmic show, the energy of this supermoon eclipse is also going to be something else. This type of event tends to bring about major things like intense emotions, personal metamorphosis, fated events, death and rebirth moments, transformative life changes or tower moments. And with the full moon in Scorpio, the guidance here is to go within and to embrace those deep emotions and do the shadow work and purge and let go and release and basically just allow this transformation. An eclipse is basically a portal, like birth. So everyone moves through it and there's no going back. So there is a sense of, newness on the other side of this. Something brand new that has never existed before. So embrace that inner work and revel in your evolution because now is the time. And if you plan on doing that, you can use this supermoon lunar eclipse energy to help bolster whatever it is that you need to move through or release or manifest. Okay? Tonight would be a great night for ritual or spell work. You can write down whatever you need to release and burn it. You can harvest herbs under the moonlight for cooking if you have an herb garden. You can charge manifestation water under the moon. You can collect rainwater if you can't see the moon, if it's raining. You can collect rainwater during the length of the eclipse. And that water can be used for anything, for drinking, cooking, manifesting, watering your garden. Okay. There's many ways to celebrate and honor this time, so get creative. And the more personal you make it, the more powerful your magic will be for you. Okay, so about this full moon collective reading, remember that although the moon is in the sign of Scorpio, you don't need to have Scorpio anywhere in your chart for this reading to apply to you. This reading will be for all astrological signs collectively. Also, if you'd like to continue following the energies of the moon, please join me here every new and full moons for a collective reading. You can also view my playlist of lunar cycle readings whenever you wish because they are all timeless. So, what do we have to look forward to for this full supermoon lunar eclipse in Scorpio? What energy is it bringing to the collective? That's what we're asking here today. So up next, there is a meditative shuffle and then the reading to follow. You can follow them both or navigate as you wish using the timestamps below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy your reading. everyone. Welcome to this reading for the full Supermoon Lunar Eclipse in Scorpio for May 2022. Okay, so I'm just going to get right into your reading. What I'm seeing here coming with the energy of this full moon is a transformation in your quality of life. This reading has to do with big picture things, with grand scale ideas and application. Because in the center of your reading here, we have the card Eros. Eros is the concept of desire, oftentimes correlating to sexual desire or sensuality. But it does have a broader meaning than that. Desire and sensuality can come in different forms, even in platonic forms. So yes, for some of you, this could be sensual or sexual desire, the desire to connect with someone in that way. But it can also mean connection in a broader sense, where we are desiring beauty, where we desire connection and meaningfulness. So when I think about this type of desire, I think about the idea of experiencing awe or wonder, or just really deep, meaningful people, places, situations, things that really, truly just hit you in the heart. They just mean so much. So desiring this kind of meaning in life, that's what the Eros card is about. Whether that be sexual, sensual, it does have an air of tangibility. There could be a physical nature to this, but it could also be something that you're not necessarily able to touch, but you can see or hear, something that comes through the senses. Okay, so underneath the Eros card is the 9th house card. And this card is also a really big picture card because we're talking about the house of philosophy, of belief systems, of knowledge and truth, of what builds societies, what furthers humanity, what collectively we are thinking and feeling and going through and able to process that kind of thing. That's what the 9th house is about. And when we combine that with the aspect of Eros, what it's telling me is that you're desiring a connection to meaning. You're desiring understanding of the greater forces of humanity, of life here on earth. You're trying to make sense of things, and you're desiring to get out of the matrix, honestly, because what I see here is 5 of Cups is telling me that you are bored, uninspired, or otherwise emotionally unfulfilled by whatever has been happening in your life up to this point. Not everything, but there is a situation, I believe, that the collective is going through where we're wanting to leave or get out of or transform situations to better our lives. But this specifically having to do with the matrix that we're living in. Because over here we also have the sovereignty card and the assessing card. So what that's telling me is that the collective in general is seeking a sense of sovereignty. And if there was something to seek sovereignty from, it would be, according to this reading, sovereignty from the ideas, the truths, the knowledge, the basis of what society is built on with this 9th house. The assessing card is the act of understanding, the act of wanting to create change in your life. And with sovereignty, you're looking to identify what it is inside you that you believe. Not only is it about trying to transform whatever it is that disturbs you about your environment, about humanity, about belief systems that you are enmeshed in. Whatever it is that you're trying to separate yourself from in order to gain greater awareness and sense of self, greater self-power and self-rule. There is also a sense of, what do I replace it with? What meaning then do I give it? If I take away the meaning that has been given to me, that has been passed down through society for me to believe up to this point, if I leave that, if I no longer believe or resonate with that, what do I believe and resonate with? And that is why we have here the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is, in this case, the Hanged Man is somewhat of a hermit card for me, because we are talking about going within and looking for greater wisdom, looking for greater insight to ourselves and our lives. The Hanged Man is a card of sacrifice. So it could be that whatever you are transforming, whatever you are changing about your life, you're experiencing having to let go of certain things, having to make sacrifices, having to even make sacrifices not just of, people, places, or things, but also sacrifices within yourself. Because we are talking about here with the ninth house, the realm of philosophy. You're sacrificing old belief systems, things that you thought were real and you're realizing aren't. And so that could bring about a sense of, however it can make you feel, frantic or ungrounded or just emotional, not knowing kind of how to navigate yourself when old belief systems or thought processes are crumbling down. So the Hanged Man is an important time to gain a new perspective and a new awareness about yourself. It is a card of spiritual connection. The story of Odin is behind the Hanged Man card, and if you'd like to read that story, I encourage you to do that. But he hangs himself from the tree of life. He sacrifices himself to gain greater spiritual knowledge. And so, taking that time to go within, to wait patiently, to work with the universe, because this is a co-creative process, to ask for what it is that you're wanting to know or understand, and then waiting for it to come to you, because this is how inspiration and spiritual knowledge gets passed down. There has to be an intention set for you to ask the universe what it is you're looking to understand, and then you need to wait, and it comes to you. Those answers will be delivered to you. Whether that be through what someone says to you, whether that be a piece of information that you read on the side of a bus, whether that be a YouTube video you come across, a license plate number, something is going to pop out at you, try to get your attention in order to answer your question. So with the Hanged Man energy, this full supermoon lunar eclipse is a perfect time to do this, because if you skipped over the intro, you might want to go back and watch it, but I did discuss about the lunar eclipse being a portal. It's like birth. Everyone goes through it and you can't go back. There is a sense of new beginning on the other side of this. And it could be anything new. It could be a new awareness, a new understanding, a completely new life. Some kind of transformation happens under this cosmic situation that allows for paradigm shifts and life-changing situations or understandings. So if you have time during this full moon, and by the way, the energy can last up to 3 days to the full moon and then 3 days after, so you've got time to really connect with yourself and with Source, to ask for the knowledge or meaning in life that you seek. Take this time to ground yourself, but also to allow that flow of emotions with this full moon in Scorpio. That energy is going to be enhanced. So take the time to really purge and release. Here it says emotions are running high. It's even the Supermoon card. I love this. A lot of times I notice in the readings, I will get the moon that's actually taking place. Like I think one of the readings earlier was the full moon in Taurus, and I got the full moon in Taurus card or something like that. But anyway, it's a supermoon today. Those are quite rare. And here we have the supermoon card. So with that moon energy being so close to the earth, which is why it's a supermoon, we're looking at really heightened states of emotion. So going into this time, just have patience with yourself. Bring yourself to a sense of peace here with the Hanged Man. Just allow yourself to be, observe, absorb. And absorb, I mean only the energies that you're seeking, right? Your guides, your gods, your angels, your ancestors, or whoever you connect with. Be specific. And it could be multiple energies that you connect with, but be specific about who they are so that you know that you're not just connecting with any old spirit, right? Intention is everything when it comes to energy work, spiritual work, transformative work toward higher self. Okay, the other card here says you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So I'm getting a family vibe from this card. I'm also getting a protective vibe. Also, just that there is a sense of newness happening on the other side of this eclipse with the new moon card. So this card is clarifying that you and your loved ones are safe. Whatever you're going through, whatever the emotions are that are running high, whatever it is that you are gaining a sense of liberation from here with the sovereignty card, there is a little bit of fear behind it. So take note of that fear. Try and let it go here with the Hanged Man energy. Allow trust in yourself to get through difficult situations, to get through a new understanding, and to come to new awarenesses for yourself. Allow trust in the universe. This may not happen overnight. When we're talking about paradigm shifts, we're talking about leaving, old beliefs and building new foundations that our heart and spirit can resonate with, where we can connect with this sense of desire and sensuality, in the senses, right? Sensuality means senses, where we sort of revel in this earthly realm, but also with the ninth house, connecting with that higher sense of self and with the higher selves of others, because we are talking about a desire for deep truth, knowledge, and understanding with the house of philosophy. We're talking getting out of this outdated, bored, uninspired Five of Cups energy. We're talking about transforming our own lives by trusting ourselves and the universe to deliver us the information and inspiration that we need to create a more meaningful life, to bring about those things in our physical reality and in our mindscapes, to fulfill us with the desires that we have. Okay, so we have 2 9 cards, the 9th house and the number 9 card, assessing. So we're talking about wrapping up cycles or wrapping up some kind of situation, bringing things to a close, thinking about how you're going to end something. That's the 9 energy. Thinking about a little bit about your future, but more so about how to bring things to a close in a mindful way so that your future is bright. Okay, and then we also have 2 5 cards here, 5 of Cups, and the Sovereignty card with the number 41 breaking down to a 5. So 5s are about deep change and transformation, positive or negative. So focusing on your desires, focusing on your personal or spiritual truths, your knowledge, your wisdom that you gain through your lived experiences and through others, right? We don't just learn from ourselves, we learn through others. And oftentimes, messages are delivered through others. If we're really paying attention, we can learn a lot from random comments made even at the grocery store. But also, gaining that deeper wisdom by going within, connecting with Source, building that relationship to continue getting that knowledge, to strengthen that stream of connection, to strengthen that stream of energy that delivers knowledge and wisdom that you can't get from anywhere else but Source. If you're having trouble figuring out what it is that does inspire you, what it is that you desire, this is definitely a process of getting to know yourself, your likes, your dislikes, what you believe and what you don't believe. This is definitely a self-growth process, a self-awareness process. This kind of thing takes time because you kind of need to ponder it, right? With the Hanged Man, you do need to allow yourself time to transform and to come across how you truly feel about things in order to build a new foundation that is solid and sound. When we are talking about ridding ourselves of old mindsets and belief systems, we don't want to replace them with something haphazardly. We want to really take the time to think, to feel, right? Those feelings are there for a reason. Our emotions are messages for us. They tell us what makes us happy and what doesn't. They tell us what connects us to ourselves, to others, to spirit. Emotions are information for us to use to propel ourselves forward in a way that makes sense to our spirit and our heart. And if you are responsible for others, you're going to want to allow yourself time to create foundations that will be supportive, that will be sustainable for you and your loved ones. So, as you gain your sense of sovereignty, as you look forward to the future with new knowledge, truth, wisdom, and beliefs, as you gain a practice connecting with yourself and with spirit, you're going to bring yourself in more alignment with the meaningfulness in life that you desire, with the connection that you desire. Okay, so I hope this made sense. When I saw these cards, it was a little difficult for me to articulate. So I hope that it made sense. I hope that it was helpful. And, Yes, that is your reading for the full supermoon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. All right, if this resonated, please give me a thumbs up and a comment down below. Subscribe and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified of my future videos. If you'd like to book a reading with me, my email is in the description box below, as well as links to donate and to all the decks I used in this reading. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. May the power of this supermoon lunar eclipse bring about the shift needed for you to manifest all that is in your heart. Thank you for connecting with me today. I'm sending you all grounding energy and love, and I'll see you at my next reading.